everybody out there. This is Commodore Urban here with actually kind of a little something different today. I wanted to do a review on a book, but I don't just have one of it. I have two different copies of this book, so I want to do it right now. I want to do a review on The Discovery of the Titanic by Robert Ballard. As you can see, I have here the original first edition of this book, which, as you can see here, and it says here, exploring the greatest of all lost ships, which in fact that really was the case when she was found. Let me make sure this is the first edition. Yeah, this is the first edition. So yeah, this is the first edition of the book. Now, not just the first edition of the book, I also have the edition of the book from 1995, which is considerably a lot smaller. And it says right here, the million-copy international bestseller, new and updated. Now, what is the difference between the first edition and the later edition? Well, there really isn't much. There's a few things that have been added here and there, but with this one here, there is actually an extra chapter, which is called Epilogue to the 1995 edition, Chapter 11. And it basically talks about the things that's happened since the book first was released. But either than that, it is exactly the same book. Now, which book is the better one to have? Well, if you can find them, I prefer this one's the nicer one, because you open it up and there's a lot of stuff in there. There's a lot of photographs. There's a lot of nice pictures in here of the Titanic, especially some really ghostly, haunting images of the wreck, like right there of the gymnasium. Real haunting stuff. Some real haunting pictures in here of the wreck of the ship. And probably one of the most haunting photographs of the Titanic that I know of, if I can find it here, is right here. When you first see the bow end of the ship right there, that's probably one of the most haunting photographs of the lost liner. But it's a very good book. It's I actually got this one at a book fair. I got it for $1.50. Thinking $1.50? Yeah, because they were having half price today when I went there and got it. That, and I got another book. And when I got this book here, I got it from Half Price Books. I got it for $2.14. Now, what's good about this one? Well, you know, it's got a few pictures in it. You know, as you read through, there's a few little pictures here and there. But the best pictures, there's a little colored section they added in. This is where some of the best pictures are at, is in this. But there's actually something really funny about this book. It's not really funny, it's just kind of weird, because it starts in the middle of chapter 9. It starts right here. It starts in the middle of chapter 9, last resting place. You got page 224, and then all of a sudden, it's upside down. You got chapter 10. You got page 256. See, there's the number, and there's chapter 10. It's flipped. But then you open it this way, there's the rest of chapter 9. So you have to read it. Once you get to 224, you have to flip the book upside down, and you have to read 225 to 256 this way. Then you have to reflip the book back over to 257 to finish it out, which is kind of weird. I would just consider this to be a printer's error or a binder's error. But since it's like that, this is kind of a unique thing. So, you know, most people would consider this like, I don't want it. But me personally, I think it's kind of a unique little thing. So that's why it's kind of cool to have this. And when this book was first published, the original value on this thing was $35. Okay, this is how much this book originally was when it was released in 1987, when this book was first published. That's how much the book was worth. But when the 1995 version came around, this one, which I believe this is the third edition of the book. I'm not sure. Let me look. First published in 1987. So yeah, this is, I believe, the second edition of this book, second or third edition. But this version here is worth $16.99. So there's actually quite a bit of different prices in between the two. But the funny thing is, the one that was worth more to begin with, I paid $1.50 for, and this one here, I paid $2.14. You know, it's with tax and everything, and it was being clearanced out, and originally was $4.99. So I thought that was kind of a little unique thing I wanted to show you guys from my book collection and stuff, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, and leave comments and stuff down below. I'd like to hear from you. And if you like the channel, please hit the subscribe button. I definitely would love it. And, you know, until next time, this is Commodore Urban saying, you know, have clear skies and fair seas, and happy sailing.